What's going on, man? I'm gonna make a part 2 to this Draymond, this beef of the beef of the Saginaw enforcers. Maybe I should call it. I don't know. But I've been watching some more content, and I know I promised to make a Knicks video. I did address I did address some things with the Knicks on my channel. On Carcino when I called into Carcino earlier. Again, Carcino calls me out. Said I didn't show up for the Orlando's game, the Orlando loss. I didn't see him go live. I didn't see him go live for Orlando. I was out anyway. Probably had a low. No, my battery was working, but I was out, so I didn't get a chance to address it, and I did today. So maybe I'll just try and clip up a little bit of that, and just to show I spoke on the Knicks situation, right? Orlando, I felt was not a must win, but I felt like a litmus test game. Like Knicks needed to get some revenge down in Orlando, and they pulled away on us. So we'll get to that. But I want to shout out to Marnie Viz and other content creators who I've been watching cover this Draymond thing. And again, see, one thing about me, this is about my overall mission, man. It's about my overall mission. I want people to stop thinking conventional wisdom when they make takes. When you make a take of a guy whose career started in 2013, and you compare it to a guy whose career pretty much ended in 2014, 2015, you understand that these two Saginaw brothers did not play in the same era. They played in eras that one started, the one started when the other ones finished. So in that era, in that situation, you have contemporaries that Draymond has that Kenyon Martin didn't have, right? And I'm not just going to use that as a underlying excuse because, again, Draymond did accomplish some things. He is a little bit of an overachiever. I can appreciate him overachieving, right? But Draymond, I've got to see his whole little rant, his whole little spiel. And the fact of the matter is, and here's the thing, as Liz pointed out, and everybody pointed out, you never address what Kenyon said. And again, Kenyon wasn't trying to little boy you there. He just was giving his honest opinion on things. And I guess you felt hurt that a brother from Michigan would give his open mind, from Saginaw, would give his honest opinion on that, but you never addressed it. And that's the thing, man. That's the thing. But let's get back to what you wanted to address, how your career was superior to Kenyon Martin's, being the 35th pick, and he's the first pick. Being the 35th pick, and he's the first pick. Being the 35th, as you see it, my son is very daring. Okay, my little boy is very daring, and But he's the 35th pick. You're the 35th pick, and he's the first pick. But I'm gonna ask you something, Kenyon. I'm not Kenyon. Draymond. Yeah, keep mixing them up. But and again, both of these guys deserve a lot of respect. Both of them had great careers, good careers. Draymond, the good player on a great team. Kenyon, good player on some pretty good teams. Not the best team of the era. And therein lies the difference in perception, and therein lies the difference in a lot of these accomplishments. Where Kenyon would have probably been appreciated more in this era, in Draymond's era, or if he was with Draymond's team. And Draymond would have kind of been lost in the shuffle in Kenyon's era. Like, you're not being appreciated when you're a power forward, an undersized one at that. And mind you, Kenyon was at 6'8", was an undersized power forward as well. What he made up for in size, what he lacked in size, he made up for in just straight up leaping ability. But I'm gonna ask Draymond a series of questions. You know, and obviously he's never gonna see this, but some of you Draymond defenders might see it. So number one, could Draymond be the leading scorer of a team that made the finals? I'm gonna ask again. Could Draymond have been the leading scorer of a team that made the finals? I think we all know the answer to that, right? That wasn't his bag. Could he score a little bit? Could he get a couple of 30-point games? Yeah, sure. Could he knock down a 3 or 2? Yeah. Kenyon, in this era, if they wanted big men, 4-5s, if he was asked to be a stretch, I think Kenyon could have developed a little jump shot, but he never had to. I don't think Kenyon is going to be asked to facilitate the offense, start plays, anything like that. I don't think he's doing that, right? Cool. But I'm going to ask again. Could Draymond come back from a broken femur in his rookie year? Could Draymond get 2 microfracture knee surgeries, yet still never really lose the spring that made him the number 1 pick in the first place? I think people need to understand that. I believe Kenyon plays center. D'Antonio Wingfield and these cats over in Cincinnati, and they made it to the Final Four. That's why I learned the difference between basketball fans and NBA fans. Basketball fans and NBA fans. Draymond Green, I believe Michigan State went to a Final Four, but Draymond Green did not lead that team, as far as I remember. Draymond Green did not lead that team. He didn't lead the team. He was a role player on the team. And again, Draymond, you were what you were, one of the ultimate role players. You and Dennis Rodman can possibly, Dennis Rodman, the Casey Jones of the world, you can say y'all were pretty much GOAT role players who were asked to play a role on winning in important teams, and that gives you to the Hall of Fame. Ben Wallace might be another ultimate role player, right? And that's your path to the Hall of Fame. And he'll probably make the Hall of Fame. But again, brother, you know this. I know this. Most fans know this. You're not a better basketball player than Kenyon Martin. You're just not. You're not better. You might have a better career that's based on circumstances. As I said, everything that you tout is crew related. It's based on the crew. You would not get the accolades. You would have none of the accolades you sit and brag about if you won the Brooklyn Nets. Because mind you, the crazy part about it is your second round pick was the Brooklyn Nets. It was the Brooklyn Nets pick, the New Jersey Nets actually. That's how far you go back. But it was the New Jersey Nets who trade in a part of the Dame Lillard trade. That pick moved around, and you wound up in Golden State. And Golden State, thanks to a guy named Mark Jackson, developed a duo named the Splash Brothers. And with that, and again, brother, you were a great part of that success, without a doubt. You were part of that success. You were part of that success. You were a big part of that success. Were you the man? No. Kenyon Martin wasn't the man. If the Nets don't get Jason Kidd, they don't go to the back-to-back finals, right? And again, as I documented in an earlier video, they traded him to Melo's team, essentially. And, the competition stiffens up from there. the competition steps up from there. Again, would the Warriors have been the Warriors with with Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, and Shaq and Kobe in the conference? Well, let's be fair. Shaq and Kobe broke up by the time, but then you get Kobe and Gasol later on, and that team that got to the conference finals, you possibly seeing a third Kenyon Martin finals run, right? Well, he's not the man. It's Melo's team. All fairness, it's Melo's team. But Martin plays a big role with Marcus Camby, right? Chauncey Billups. That'd have been a nice squad, but unfortunately, they ran into the best player in the world, Kobe Bryant. Again, Draymond Green never had to develop, because you come in 2014, Kobe's career is over. Pau Gasol's career is winding down. Tim Duncan's career is all but over. You don't deal with none of this smoke, brother. None of it. So I'm gonna ask you again. If you were in Kenyon Martin's shoes, would you have had the success? Would you have the accolades 1-to-1? And see, that's the problem, Draymond Green. You know this. You're smart enough to know this. Your IQ, you're a smart brother. You're a smart brother, yet you appeal to the dumb one note. Well, he got a DPOY in 4 All-Stars. He got a DPOY in 4 All-Stars. Your numbers get lost in the sauce, even with all your intangibles, which you provided. Even with all your defensive ability and versatility and switchability, which you had. They get lost in the sauce in Kenyon Martin's league. And so, as you go in that route, the career route, I can pull rank on you because I'm a 35th pick that did this and you're a first pick that did none of that. Be honest with yourself, brother. You know, when you look at Kenyon Martin's highlight package, when you look at the dunks and the blocks that this man did, when you look at what that man did on a basketball court, bro, you cannot walk in the gym, and that man is now retired. He's 12 years your senior, and he is now retired. I know, you did everything but go your old head hater route because the man said something that stung you. You were a selective bully, bro. That's it. You're a selective bully. You're even a selective bully as a podcaster. There go. You're even a selective bully as a podcaster. You know who to bring the smoke to. You know who to bring the smoke to. You know who to bring the smoke to. You don't bring the smoke to the Lakers. You talk about the Knicks in the opposite conference. You don't bring the smoke to Denver. You know that Denver is a better team than you. You probably watch your team in 5-6 games. Hey, Knicks probably beat the Warriors as well right now. But you don't have to see them in conference. So you'll talk shit about teams in the other conference. You won't thug it out with Isaiah Stewart, a guy who can box. You won't thug it. You'll thug it out with Rudy Gobert, a 7'2" softy with no hands. You'll put him in a sleeper hole. That's the issue. That's the issue that bothers you. See, that's what happens with a dude that he's only tough with a crew. He's only tough with backing up. He's only tough with people like see, that's my brand, man. I don't look. I'll be the one guy with an opinion. I can be the one guy with opinion in a room full of everybody with the difference, but I'm gonna stand on what I believe. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. And if I'm proven wrong on something, I'm man enough to say it. I'm man enough to say it, bro. That's, Kenyon Martin 47, I'm 46. He's a year older than me. I don't know. Is it a generational thing? Is it a generational, because he's Gen X, he's a late Gen X, I'm late Gen X. You Generation Y or Y. Yeah, he's Generation Y. Draymond born in 1990 is Generation Y. He's the end of Generation Y. After that, you get the Generation Z. All right? Is that what it is? The millennial. He's a millennial. We late Gen X's. It's a little bit different, man. But you got to be a man and stand up on your own too. When you want to be a smoke thug enforcer, you want to have that respect.